Okay, for homework 5-2, I would like you to try to draw this best you can. If you have a compass at home, try to draw the line segment AB and do a perpendicular bisector best you can. Or if not, at least draw what I have here with these 4 plus this 5th point in the middle. Just try to draw that at least. So at least draw the line segment, draw this B, do this right here, call this C, call this M, call this D. If you have the skills or the tools at home to do a perpendicular bisector, do that. If not, just draw best you can what I have here and then do the math with the words, of course. First word is ocean, ocean. All right, here we go. So I'm going to have you copy down the work and the rest of the words. So hopefully you drew that. I would like you to find midpoint M. I want you to write down all of these coordinates. This is -3, 1. B is the coordinate 5, 3. C is the coordinate 2, -2. I want you to find the midpoint first. Let's write down D real quick. D is 0, 6. All right, I want you to find midpoint first. Find that midpoint. Find that point M, which I could see is clearly 1, 2 on my graph. Show me that though. But again, I can see on my graph, that's the coordinate over 1 for X, up 2 for Y. That M point is the midpoint. Show me that you could get that using the 2 X coordinates between A and B and the 2 Y coordinates. Remember, to find that midpoint, I take the 2 X coordinates and I add those. You're not going to subtract that slope distance. So -3 plus 5, and then distance, unlike for midpoint, always cut that in half. Other one, 1 plus that 3 right there. Let's do that. Here we go. And again, this formula always has you slice that final answer in half. So this midpoint, -3 plus 5, is 2 over 2. That's where that 1 comes from. That gives me 4 over 2. The final point for M I could see for the midpoint, it's going to be the coordinate 1 for X, 2 for Y. It matches what my graph is showing there. Midpoint formula. Take those coordinates, add them up, divide by 2. That gives you the midpoint between any 2 coordinates on an XY axis. I also want you to find slope and distances. Second word is dog. Dog. So I want the slope of AB. I want you to see first with your eyeball that this is going either over 1 up 4 if I'm using the midpoint, or if I go further, over 8 up 2. The slope of AB should be 1/4, should be 2 over 8. I want you to see that with your eyeball. So again, 2 over 8. The negative reciprocal should be -8 over 2 or -4. And I want you to see that. That has that right here. This is over 1, down 4. That's the reciprocal to 1/4. Or going over 2, down all the way here to 8. That's still the reciprocal. Going over 8 up 2, the opposite reciprocal, -8 over 2. I want you to show me that math with the coordinates. So here I go. Hopefully you saw what I saw, that the slope between A and B is 1/4 reduced, and the slope between D and C is -4 over 1 reduced. Here we go. Slope of AB. That's going to be 1 minus 3, subtracting the y's up high, -3 minus 5. That gives me -2 over -8, which is that +2 over 8, which is that 1/4 slope that we got for AB. If I do the slope between D and C, it should be opposite reciprocal, should be negative 4 over 1. So DC, let's go 6 minus minus 2. If I do DC, 6 minus minus 2 over 0 minus 2, that gives me 6 plus 2 over negative 2, which is 8 over negative 2, which reduces to negative 8 over 2 if you want, or that negative 4 over 1, which is the opposite reciprocal. Look, those are opposite reciprocals. Negative or 1/4 versus negative 4 over 1. Opposite reciprocals, showing the math that supports my construction, forming a 90-degree angle there. And now the distance, what I'd like you to do is prove the distance AM equals AB. So for the homework, I'm going to have you do a little bit different than what we did in class. I want you to find the distance. And remember, you could always rewind these videos, slow me down. Let's shrink this down right here. Those distances should be the same because that is the midpoint. They should give me two distances that are the same. Let's see. All right, last part of the work, last word. Distance between A and M. Let's write the point M first. M is the point 1, 2. If I do AM, the distance between that, that's going to be the square root of the x numbers being subtracted plus the y numbers being subtracted. Should give me that negative 4 squared, that part of the triangle 4, plus negative 1 squared, that part of the triangle 1, gives me 16 plus 1, square root of 17. So using the points A and the midpoint M gives me root 17, which is 4.1. Support that. Show me that if I find the distance between M and B, that it gives me that same answer. So M and B, distance, going to be the square root of MB. Looks like 1 minus 5. The two x numbers being subtracted, different than midpoint where you add them. 2 minus 3 gives me square root of negative 4 squared. Third word is octopus. Octopus. That gives me root 16 plus 1, which is root 17, which is another 4.1 rounded. So again, supporting the fact that this is a not only 90-degree angle, they have opposite reciprocal slopes, but those two distances are equal. Guaranteed you, if you did the distance between D and M and C, those would be equal distance too. Remember, all those are equal, or what we call congruent. Good luck. Copy all this work, that diagram, and those 3 words. Good luck. See you tomorrow.